Hello everyone and welcome to our latest 3ds Max Quick Tip, a series from the Pixel Academy that contains handy hints and productivity boosters for the 3ds Max application. In this particular quick tip, we're going to focus on helping you get the most out of 3ds Max's default quad menu systems. As a quick reminder for newer users then, whenever it is that we perform a right-click operation in an active viewport in Max, what we should get is a quad menu that appears at the location of the cursor. As the name suggests, these right-click menus can display with up to 4 distinct areas, with each housing commands for different aspects of the 3ds Max toolset. Commands that can be customized from the Customize User Interface dialog's Quad Panel section, which may in fact be a quick tip topic for another day, and that really isn't easy to say. The purpose of the menus is to help us make quick and easy use of common 3ds Max commands without the need for travelling back and forth between the viewport, the main toolbar, for navigating the rollouts in the command panel, or even for using the X key to perform a command search. The right side quadrants of the default menus display generic Max commands that are shared between all objects, whilst the left side quads are a bit different in that they contain context-specific commands. We can even repeat the last used quad command by simply clicking on the title bar of the quadrant that houses that particular command, a handy little trick that isn't at all obvious when just looking at the menus. The contents of a quad menu will of course depend on what we have selected in the scene, as well as on any customizations that we may have made to them. So, selecting different types of objects will display different sets of commands in the quadrants. If no object at all is selected, then the object-specific commands for that quadrant are hidden, and if all of the commands for the quadrant are hidden, then the quadrant itself doesn't get displayed. Now, one thing that we may notice when looking at a quad menu is that some of the commands have a small icon sitting next to them. This, when clicked, opens up a dialog containing extra parameters for use with that particular option. To close a menu, we can just right-click anywhere on screen, or we can move the mouse cursor away from the menu and simply left-click instead. We do have additional or specialized menus that become available when working in specific areas of the Max UI, such as the Edit UVWs and Track View windows, and when we use combinations of the Shift, Control, and Alt keys whilst performing a right-click operation. And of course, if we have certain plugin components installed, such as I have here with V-Ray, then we may also see plugin-specific commands in the default quad menu setup as well. Right-clicking on a selected biped will bring up a menu in which the 2 left-hand quadrants give us quick access to commonly used biped functions, including track selection and layer rollout commands, whilst holding down the Shift key and right-clicking gives us access to options and settings for our snap tools. If we hold down the Alt key and right-click, we expose animation tools that let us set the coordinate system, set and assume skin poses, and set keyframes, although of course when using Max in Maya navigation mode, we can't use this Alt right-click combo, as in Maya, Alt and right-click zooms the viewport. If we hold down the Control key and right-click, we gain access to modeling tools that let us create and edit many geometry types. If we use Control and Alt as we right-click, then we open up lighting and rendering commands, but if we use Shift and Alt, then we open up the Mass Effect's simulation menus. If we're styling hair at the Guides sub-object level, then right-clicking displays a quad menu that contains many of the controls found in the styling rollout, and then finally, the Shift and Control and Shift Control Alt right-click combos are actually available for assignment through Max's customization tools. Well, hopefully that little run-through has given you a bit more insight into using Max's default quad menu system. And so until our next quick tip, this is Brian Bradley saying take good care of yourselves and bye for now.